You're gonna love this.
I want to hear it. I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive. Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday,
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
forever. Yes, sir. Testing. 1, 2, 3. This is a Mixtape 615 podcast, baby. And we are the voice of who? The fans. That's you, we, us, nosotros. We're going to talk some NFC real quick, so lock in with us, baby. I'm your boy, Tunji, a.k.a. Young Turtle, the soccer face, SF Doom, the DR kid, affectionately known as Team Papi Yamame, por favor. Guess what? Guess where I am? I'm currently in Belize with a busted Achilles, sipping Mai Tais, and still feeling cool as what? A summer breeze, baby. Hey, no Malort shots this week. But it's okay, because I'm on the beach, you know what I mean? Figured I'd treat myself good for once. But I'm still Chicago Mike, the Glizzy Gladiator, baby. Austin, can you tell them who we are? Once again, this is a Mixtape 615 podcast. Go ahead, Austin.
All right, guys. My name is Austin, a.k.a. Wild Mane, a.k.a. Ginger Snap, a.k.a. The Fumbling Dublin, a.k.a. Chicky Parm, a.k.a. Red Beard. Let's go. We live tonight. So, Logan, tell them who you are.
What's up, everybody? It is Logan, aka Beer Main, aka Manga Man, aka Merch Main. It's all the guys. Lucky Logan, the Thunderbird with the Underberg. And this is the Mixtape 615 podcast, brought to you by the Mixtape 615 supporter group, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville, in all of soccer, in all the world. And you guys know what it is. Just go to mixtape615.com. That is mixtape615.com and jump in with us. Tons of news out there with the Germany versus Portugal game that just wrapped today, all the way to the Galaxy getting their first win in LA. There's a lot of soccer news getting out there this week, but we're going to bring it back home because we just ended the month of May. There you go. We just ended the month of May with another draw, but that is 10 games in a row unbeaten. That is 9 matches within the month
baby.
unbeaten. Austin, take us away.
Yeah, absolutely. We are 10 matches unbeaten, which is a club record. If I think I saw that correctly,
I think it ties the club record,
or ties the
Like before everything fell apart for us, and
the
Gary
year
lost his career in that
the
tragic
year we
Leagues
got the
Cup
man in
incident.
black jersey 2 years ago. That was when we had a 10 game unbeaten streak as well.
Yeah, that was right before everything fell apart. So buckle up.
Here we go. Hopefully we don't see that same thing, but let's dive in to our most recent match. Was the 2-2 draw, just like Logan said, against NYCFC. This match not only extended the unbeaten streak, matching the club record, but also marked the 100th goal at Geodis Park.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, and
Impressive.
Yeah.
Very.
So, starting just basics. Let me get both of your initial thoughts. Tunji, we'll start with you. Your initial impression of the match's tempo and just overall flow of what you saw from the team.
Good question. So, all right. I mean, I'll be real. Ultimately, yes, I was disappointed in the draw, but I was satisfied in the way they didn't let it become a loss. Because again, like, with Nashville FC fans, we all know that we just don't have the stomach for these types of games. Like, we all know that BJ Callahan believes in this team way more than we do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, NYCFC outplayed them. Keaton Parks and Haynes Wolf outplayed us in that second half. The game, to me, outlined our biggest weakness right now, which is conceding late. You know what I'm saying? Like, props to BJ, for recognizing when to rotate his star players, noticing signs of fatigue. Like he's willing to put way more trust in his bench to finish out games than we are. I think we have quality depth, but there's still a good amount of growth to be had there. And, what I mean? Like, that's to be expected, dude. That's to be expected right now. I'm going to keep saying it. we are ahead of schedule, and this match just proved that we're not there yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think you made some good points because I mean we got outplayed. I feel like the last two matches, and we came away with draws against two teams that are up, especially with Columbus being up in the rankings where they are. Logan, what are your overall impressions of the match?
I think that we are looking at a team that was exhausted at this point. Um, we have used our rotation well this month to try and mitigate some of that exhaustion, but it really started to show in that second half. Even with the additions coming onto the field, even with the subs coming on, man, they worked hard throughout the entire month. So, yes, we went up 2-0 at the first half, and it came out to a 2-2 draw. One of their goals was great. One of their goals, it was just, I think it was just a
They
nice.
got lucky.
It was
Got
a nice
lucky.
little luck, yeah. Like it was a nice little lucky
Grace
draw,
bounce.
and yeah, very much a grace bounce. Um,
A little
so
unfortunate too that we kind of gave them that chance with
yeah,
our
some of
boy
that is
Josh Bauer kicking it out of the back line, giving him a late corner that led to that chance.
yeah, but I mean, let's just be real about it. Like again, the exhaustion was showing, and to get away with that draw, I'm happy that we came away with a draw. I'm happy that we ended the month with no losses. It was disappointing to see because it was in our house. It was disappointing to see because we were the better team as a whole. But again, fatigue was there. This little 2-week break that they have right now is going to be golden for a lot of those guys. It's going to be perfect for a lot of those guys to just take that little bit of rest and get ready for the second half of the year.
Yeah, we did see one of our goals, Sam Surge, or both goals rather. He got the brace, and it brings his tally up to 11. So,
Yep.
Tunji, how would you assess his impact on the game and his current form just overall right now?
Unstoppable. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Super Sam, bro. It's finally here. It's finally here. We're finally seeing it, bro.
Absolutely.
We're finally seeing what we wanted to see. Hani and Sam, Batman and Superman. I'm not even going to say Batman and Robin no more like I said last week. It's Batman and Superman now. Let's get ourselves a Justice League started, bro. Super Sam Surge is here.
Let's go.
MLS, watch out.
I don't know if y'all saw this in the match recap that Nashville SC posted. They said that Nashville SC has improved to 7 wins, 0 losses, 2 draws all time when Hani and Sam connect for a goal. They don't have 1 loss when them two are connecting. They're also 10 wins, 2 losses, and 3 draws all time when Surge finds the net.
Wow.
Boom. Yeah.
And so absolutely.
Surge is sitting
Golden
currently
boy.
with, in second place when it comes to goals scored this year.
That's
goal
crazy.
contributions.
Yeah, well, no, goal contributions, he's got 14. He's tied for second in that. But I'm talking about just in goals alone. He is sitting solely in second by himself. Only 2 behind what's his name? Barabo from Philadelphia, who we play at our next home match in July.
And hopefully it goes the way it went in Philly.
Yeah, that's what we want.
But hey, Logan, Matthew Corcoran, the youngest player in club history to record a goal contribution. He assisted on both of Sam Surge's goals. What does this say about our youth development and just his potential in general?
I mean, Corcoran's him. We were calling it early on. I know I said it when we were talking about it in the preseason match at Geodis. Matt Corcoran and Eddie Taxeth, those were the 2 guys that I was like, man, I'm impressed with those 2. Corcoran really is coming from Birmingham Legion, getting his minutes in, getting his time in with the first team, really is stepping up. He just got called up also for the US U20 team. He's solid. Like everything that we want to see from the youth coming in. He's exactly what we want to see with our midfield strength needing to be added for the long run, for the distance, if you will, with this club. And I do think that he could stick around for quite a while in a good way.
For sure. And speaking of Matthew Corcoran and that midfield, Tunji, what do you think about the midfield performance in terms of like controlling the game and linking, defense to attack?
I mean, they did a great job. The midfield is obviously went from one of our weakest points to pretty much our strongest points. And that's where the game is happening now. That's where we're finding success. Was it this game? No, that was the Columbus Crew game where we had like 37% possession, right?
Yeah. This game, I think we had over 50%.
It was right around 50-50.
Right around 50. Yeah.
Yeah, and yet somehow we still let them score 2 goals on us. I don't know where that's. It's frustrating, but again, like the midfield is creating the opportunities right now. Matthew Corcoran he was integral to both of those goals, right? He had like secondary assist on both of those goals.
He had assist in both of those.
He was the long ball to Hani, and then he played the ball into Wheel, who passed it off.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is. I'm sorry, bro. I know that we ended the month on a couple of draws. I'm sorry. I'm seeing everything that I've wanted to see from this team for a long time, specifically in the midfield. Keep it going, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Hani, we're seeing him step up. He's having one of his best. I think we saw a couple weeks ago, like was actually doing better than his, statistically was doing better than his MVP season. He added his 6th assist of the season. So Logan, how crucial is his playmaking ability to like just our overall strategy, having him actually stepping up and doing what we all hoped he would do this year?
I mean, you got to look at just the performances that we've seen out of him, out of Hani, out of Alex, out of like our guys stepping up, like the guys that have been there. Look at Sam stepping up. Like all of these guys have really started to fall in and buy into BJ Callahan's system, and it is working to their advantages. I don't think he would have kept anybody around had they not shown their strengths. I don't think he would have kept anyone around that would not have been able to work well in this system, and it just shows. Hani putting out the performance that he has, again, 13 goal contributions in major league play, in regular season play. Him and Sam both having that are the only two that have that high of a number in the league on the same team. In fact, if you look at
have at
the
least
Golden
13.
Boot race, if you look at the Golden Boot race, they're both in the top 10. They're both like Sam's tied for 2nd in the Golden Boot race. Dude, Hani's tied for 5th in the Golden Boot race. Like, it's insane right now. The fact that we've got 2 players that could very potentially have it, it's amazing. And that's not to say anything less about any of our other guys. We have 13 goal scorers overall. Wyatt Meyer, Josh Bauer, Andy Nahar, Jason Palacios, guys from the defense. All 4 of those are putting balls in the back of the net. This is huge. I mean, it's not just one person's performance. I'm glad that Hani is putting out the numbers that he is, but our whole team has stepped up this year in a massive way.
I would say this just to counter that. I think that yes, we do have goal scorers coming from the defense and from a lot of different parts. I think that for sustained success, we do need to see more guys getting involved. Unfortunate, like not just more guys, but like we need to see them getting involved more often. Like I mean, let's be real. In the last couple of games, it's been the Hani and Sam show, has it not?
And a little bit of Johnny Perez putting balls close to the net.
Close. So
oh man, I want him to get that goal so bad. He is so there.
Me too, man. I just think that for sustained success over the long haul of the season, the rest of the season, yes, Hani, Sam, it's no coincidence that we are now like seeing the team click because Hani and Sam are clicking. But again, I don't know if we can ride ourselves all the way to the MLS Cup or even the Open Cup finals just off the back of Hani and Sam doing it every game. We do need the rest of the guys they're producing. I just need to start seeing them produce more, whether it's an assist or goals. I think we're doing a great job. I just need them to take it to that next level for us to see sustained success again.
Yeah, I mean, we want to see more people contribute to it, but we can't say that we're not having success. I mean, we're looking really good at doing this. We're 10 games unbeaten. We've talked about with all of this consistency. How can we not say that this was, successful? And so I do want to see more people, like you were saying, like more than just the Honey and Sam. However, those two themselves, like driving it, I think that a lot more people are contributing to this success. They may not have the stats to show it, but I think that we are seeing a lot more people. You talked about the midfield being one of the most, probably the best part of our game right now. The midfield is completely controlling it. Sam and Hani aren't who they are this year without that midfield.
No, for sure. And I think it's, I don't know if it starts with the midfield or it starts with those two connection, but either way, it's a good thing happening. It's a good union.
Yeah. So second half of the season coming up. I want to look ahead a little bit. What are some areas, and I'll leave this, Logan, I'll have you start, and then I'll ask Tunji as well. But what are some areas that you feel like we should focus on to maintain and build on this momentum?
I mean, I think a lot of what we're seeing right now in general is the rotation of players. I think a lot of that is helping us to maintain what we have. Again, the break that we've got coming up right now is going to be huge. July is another big month for us. Not as big as May was, but it's getting close to it. So if we can continue to maintain just rotation of players, people that are playing strong, and as cliche as it's going to sound, because every single player has said it in pretty much every interview, that next man up mentality that these guys have, that no matter who's getting the start, if your number's called, it doesn't matter if you're coming in as a sub, if your number's called, you have to be ready to perform. As long as we're keeping that and the mentality of working as the team, that the badge on the front matters more than the name in the back, I think that's what has to remain if we want to continue to see the success that we have.
Yeah. Tunji, what do you think we need to focus on or build on to maintain this momentum?
It's kind of contradictory what I think, but to quote one of my favorite old gaffers, clean sheets. Clean sheets.
Yes.
I want to see more. Yes. I do want to see more.
We haven't had one.
We had one in the month of May, and that was the 0-0 draw against DC.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. So
but we hadn't seen another one since March, I think, right?
I want to see us scoring more and them scoring not at all. But that's so stingy of me to ask, considering this switch and play style. It's a lot more exciting to see us on the front foot, pushing hard, getting those goals, keeping the ball in the our offensive third. But like, you're naturally, and I've been saying this for years, you're going to give up goals playing that way. Just make sure you score more than the opponent. Yeah. But that's, if you ask me what I want to see, I'm gonna be perfectionist. I'm gonna say, hey, more clean sheets. Let's. You know what I mean? It's the reason that we lost this game was because we just could not, obviously not lost, but drew this game. Is we had it in our pocket. We could have just, I don't know if it was parking the bus or what. I'm not saying to do that, but I'm just saying, dude, you didn't have to let two go in. You could have let one go in. You could have let none go in. But like, there was obviously a lapse of something in that second half.
For sure. You talked about, getting goals. Something that we haven't talked about in this match, the goal that was but wasn't. I mean, how in 2025, look, it's on the screen right now for all of you guys watching. In 2025, how do we not have goal line technology from this? This is the broadcast image that we're looking at right here. To me, that's clearly a goal. But the fact that we don't have goal line technology that is directly over the top, like, I don't understand.
Bro,
what are we doing? What are we doing, MLS?
Analysts, if you ask these analysts, they'll say it wasn't conclusive enough. They pulled out their protractors and everything, bro. Dude,
That's a goal.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm using my eyes behind my Cyclops glasses, and I'm able to, you know what I mean? Maybe they should put these on, right? That's a goalie. The ball is pretty. It's across the line. It's fully across the line in my eyes. I don't know. There's green space between the white line, the white line, and where the ball is. But they're saying it's get out of here, man. It's a goal.
Get out of here, Logan. What do you think?
I have two minds about this. So, like, one, I think that it was a goal. I really do. In my heart of hearts, I think it's a goal. But at the same time, to be the man on the field from the position that he's in, there's no way that he could call that conclusively on his side. He sees the goalie knock it out. There again, from his position, there's no way he can call that. It's on the line judge slightly, but at the same time, the guys went and played, so everyone plays on, and like even Hani gets up quickly to play on, and so you see that, and the guys in New York have to now call it, and in live in real time play, I don't know if they can call it that. I know we want to see it. I know we want to see it.
I mean, if nothing else, send it to
well, that's what I'm
saying.
Send
it to review.
If nothing else, send it to review. The guys in New York, I don't know if I could make that call. It's hard, man.
Yeah, well, it's a goal. Speaking of reviews, it looks like we have to do some reviews of our own. So, Logan, hit me with some play, skip, repeat.
Yeah, guys, it is time for a little bit of play, skip, repeat. I think it is a good little favorite to bring back in. If you're in the comments, we want to hear your play, skip, repeat. Make sure you are tuning in right now. Make sure you're going into your live chat. I want to see what you guys have going on your play, skip, repeat. But right now, guys, let's start with you, Tunji. I want to hear what yours are. Play, skip, repeat.
All in one go. All in one. You want it all in one go? Play,
yeah, let's do it all in one go.
All right, let's go. Play. Corcoran. He's cooking. He's absolutely cooking. Chef Matty Corcoran on the block. Nah, bro. Based on this game, I mean, the kid is obviously creating scoring chances. That's good in my book. Play Matthew Corcoran. That's what we want to see. Skip. I think you all know. Not having goal line technology. As my who said this on Twitter? Was it? I think it was Jeff, or forgive me if I'm getting it wrong. But in the year 2025, the year of our Lord, we don't have goal line technology. You can skip that. This is the MLS. Let's stop acting like we're Bush League, and it's not that expensive, guys. Or even if it is, you can't be a big league without this. All right, repeat. BJ Callahan's masterful rotation tactics. He's doing a great job. Gary never rotated. He ran guys into the. I hate that.
I think that's one of the reasons Leal honestly got as hurt as he did.
No, Leal had paper mache ankles. So
I mean, but still,
love the guy, but I don't think that was it, bro. I saw Leal would get injured just mowing his grass. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's just leave that where it is. But yeah, man, no, dude, like it's the what I'm seeing from BJ, I've never seen from any other coach. Actually, in a lot of other leagues, honestly, at least the teams I follow. This is great rotation, great strategy, great way to get guys that you wouldn't think that could be involved.
Yeah,
I mean, this guy, he's got an IQ.
I mean, like, nine games in the month of May, and everyone still looked fresh.
For the most part, yeah.
Because of his rotation tactics, he was able to really give us a nice cushion between us and the rest of the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, we're not supposed to be here right now. So keep doing it, BJ. You got it, baby.
All right. Austin, let's hear your play, your skip, and your repeat.
I'm gonna break this down in our next segment a little bit more, but let me just start by saying play the style of offense we were playing. Play the unrelenting attack. Play the Hani Sam connection. Play all of it. But can we skip the defense in the second half, can we skip all of that kind of play?
I think that's going to be easy. Again, these guys were gassed at this point.
But it wasn't just, and I'm going to do a full breakdown on this in our next segment, so I'm going to save it. But it wasn't just that they were gassed. It wasn't just that they were gassed. You know, the some of the things that happened and some of the way that we played and finished games, we didn't finish games. I'll just say that. You know, we got up early, and then we talked about this last year and then early this year. And I'm going to say it again now. Is how many times under Gary Smith did we go up and hold the lead and not give it up? I know that we were scoring more goals, Tunji, and I know that we're excited about that. And I know, just like you were saying, you are going to give up more goals when you're playing the style that we're playing. But we are giving up way too many, and we need to skip that. We need to tighten it up. And so I think that we need to actually really play defense throughout the entire second half. So let's skip that. And then let's repeat this unbeaten streak. Let's continue it.
I like it.
Let's continue playing these kind of games, even when we're getting the draws. Draws are still points for those of you who keep up. Draws are still points. Draws still add to our rankings. And so I'm okay with it. But the wins that we're getting those 3 points. I mean, we were in third. We're sitting at fourth right now, but we were in third at one point in the Eastern Conference, only behind who is it? Philly, right? And now I can't even remember.
Philly, Miami is up ahead right now. Cincinnati,
but we passed. It was Philly and Cincinnati. I think we passed Miami at one point.
Yep, we have.
And so. And then Columbus dropping below us, we got that draw in Columbus. I think that was huge. And so let's repeat the fact that we are continuing to get points. I mean, unbeaten 10 matches, that is at least 10 points. We know we're getting wins, so we're getting more than that. So keep that up.
Yep, and we're heading to Chicago next at Soldier Field. So let's hope that it stays unbeaten.
Hope Bearhalter doesn't want to get his revenge against DJ.
Did you say Soldier Field? Like Soldier Bowl, but Soldier Field?
Hey, it's because we from the South. It's because we from the South.
That's so interesting. I think I was going to call it that.
A little bit of my Memphis coming out.
Let's shout out Catherine in the chat. She says, play the momentum, the team and the fans. I like that. I like that. She says, skip Zimmerman's new hair. I guess she's not feeling it. The buzz cut. And then repeats. No. She says, keep shooting the ball and taking chances. I like it.
I'll say this. I like Zimmerman's ideas, man. He said he wanted to come out fresh. He wanted to get that summer cut. I like it so much.
Look at this.
I decided.
Look at this.
Give myself a little bit of a cut too.
What a reveal.
I got mine buzzed down. I got mine buzzed down.
If you guys are listening to this later on, this man has cut his hair to look like Walker Zimmerman.
I had to buzz mine short. It was such a good idea.
You did this.
I know. I know. I had to keep it a little secret. I just had to tease it for everybody here. And if you haven't watched, I took a 6 guard and just decided, I was like, I'm done with my hair. Let's go. Let's go. I'm a fan.
I just want to say this, bro. I just want to say this. Logan, you were never going to get admitted into this club, but Walker Zimmerman has officially revoked his own membership in the Long Hair Don't Care Club. I don't know when he'll come back. I am, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the key holders, ambassadors, chairman, you know what I'm saying? So I will hold a spot for him, but he's got to prove that he's ready for Long Hair Don't Care.
We'll see if I join that club again. I was looking at old pictures when my hair was long through like COVID, when, you know, all the barbers were closed. And I just let it go. I was looking at pictures and I was like, I think I might grow it back out. I think I might grow it back out. So,
but yeah, it wasn't for me.
I'll let me when you're ready to talk about it. Logan, I think you've got a play skip repeat.
I do. I've got a little bit of a play skip repeat. You kind of took my play. I'm not gonna lie, but my play is Johnny Perez. I want the young guy. He is fierce. Honestly, he could be my repeat as well. Just like he is fierce on the attack. I've been calling his number since we got him on loan. I've wanted to see him in. I've wanted to see him contributing, and under BJ so far, he is demolishing. He truly is. I am loving every single minute of this. I want to see more of it. My skip. My skip is Lucky Chances going into the back of the net. We've given a lot away. And it's been won every match. It really has. It's been won every match, and it's just not something we can continue to sustain if we want to get more points. We do need clean sheets. I agree, Tunji. I think that we truly do need a more pronounced defense in our defending third, in our first third. So that's going to be a little bit of my skip. I don't know exactly how to fix that. But I know I need to see a change there. It's like one of the things that we can nitpick, in this, but that's where I need to see it. And then finally, my repeat. Honestly, my repeat is Walker at the start. My repeat is Walker at the start. I love having him back.
Lineup, El
I love having him back in our starting lineup. The communication that he brings alongside Hani, alongside Sam, with Yazbek in the middle, the way that they all communicated was awesome. It truly was. And notice, none of us are talking about Eddie. None of us are talking about Eddie right now. And it's not because we don't love the guy. Obviously we do. We care about the guy a lot. But this team right now does not rely solely on one midfielder. We had two others, in my opinion, really three if you include Hani in that, four if you include you can include everyone in that. But we need our repeat guys over and over, those leaders, those talkers, the guys that are communicating back and forth over and over and over in our starting lineup. It sets the tone. It sets the standard for our team.
Yeah, I think for sure having him back in it's going to give more confidence. Now it's going to take, I think, him a bit. I mean, he was gone out for month and a half, almost 2 months. So getting his sea legs back under him, getting back into it, I think is going to take a minute. But once he's back to playing the full 90 or playing 75,
Absolutely.
80 minutes at least.
I'm a little upset we didn't see him and Palacios together. I really wanted to see that.
Well, we did last match when they
own goal. I know, but I really want to see them grow into a solid center back duo. I love Jack Mayer. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Mayer's actually playing. He's back into his form. A couple
as long
years
as he's
ago.
not scoring own goals himself. If you remember that from Atlanta a couple years ago, and I hate that that's still in my mind. But as long as he's not scoring them too. Like, he's been on one since then. He made a huge turnaround since then, and a lot of people need to recognize that.
I think you can get a solid rotation going between those three guys.
Right? Yeah, and with Wyatt Meyer. I mean, dudes, and shoot, Chris Applewhite.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, we've got four that we could do. I would like to see us, maybe this might be a little controversial, but let's get more of those midfield players in. Let's run 3 across the back instead of 4, and maybe just run those center backs and then get some of those guys running.
Well, speaking of running, man, I always hated gym class. Actually, today is Global Running Day. Thanks to one of our fans from Nashville SC, Kristen, let us know today is global Global Running Day. So speaking of running, I hated gym class back in the day. We had to run our
Proverbs says, in the Bible that only the wicked run when nothing is chasing them. And so,
you know what? I always failed when it came to running the 16-minute mile as much as I needed to. I was always lazy when it came to that. But that's not I passed in several other classes. Yeah, I know. Who knows? I think it was an 8-minute mile, but still, either way. Speaking of passing and failing grades, Tonji, take us into this little bit of report cards.
Well, as you guys know, we had a little bit of a mania. I like the play on words they did there. Good job, Nashville SC copywriter team. But we are going to sit back, all three of us, and then you guys in the chat, and if you're listening later on wherever else you're listening to in the comment section, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, please. Shameless plug. We are going to start giving out grades because that's who we are. We're just obnoxious, armchair fans, armchair analysts. So what are we going to be grading? We are going to be grading the offense. Fanalist. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, sir. I'm not a fanalist of your new haircut, but we will move on. Okay, you're not gonna bite. No. Okay. All right. I'll move on. Okay. We're going to be grading the offense. We're going to be grading the defense. And we're going to figure out which was our worst game in May. Because it was such a huge month, I just want to take a second to really focus in on what went right, what went wrong, and what went really wrong, honestly, so we can learn from it, obviously. We're going to be using, what are we going to be doing, an A to F scale? Is that what you guys want to do?
I'm good with that.
All right. Well, Austin, take us away with the offense.
The offense, I want to give a grade A. 14 goals throughout the month, getting or staying unbeaten. The fact that we were winning multiple games, going into places like going into Columbus, getting a draw.
Low.com field.
Yeah. We also went into Atlanta, got a draw. We went into New York Red Bulls.
New York Red Bulls came here.
Yeah, that was right. That's right.
Got revenge on both them
the
and
fact
Charlotte.
that we were seeing these away games and still getting wins, getting draws, getting 14 goals. I'm giving the offense an A. It's one of the best months that we've seen. Matching an unbeaten streak, club record unbeaten streak, I think is perfect.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to really give them a bad grade. I mean, if you want to be picky, sure. But
I'll be picky.
Right up there. Go ahead.
I'll be picky. I'll give them a B. I almost went B- with this, and here's why. I know, and here's why. And it might sound nitpicky, but we are creating too many chances for us to not have at least 6 more goals this month.
Fair.
I will say, yeah, you do make a good point because I think Hani and Sam are below their expected goals.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so
if we look by a good amount below their expected goals.
If we look at matches like, for instance, like DC, I know when we played DC at home, it was the 17th. I believe we played Orlando that next Wednesday for the Open Cup. And everyone was thinking, okay, so they're saving really the guys for the Open Cup. And then we saw the opening lineup for Orlando, and a lot of us were not expecting that to be a thing either. But if you look at it overall, let's start in Atlanta. Atlanta, we got 1 goal against an Atlanta team at the time who was sinking and drowning underneath their own confusion. And they did win a couple recently, lost one recently, but I'm telling you, they were drowning at the time, had no vision, had no, and our friend Catherine, again, in the comments is going to probably cook us for this, but because she's a former Atlanta fan, or is still an Atlanta fan. I don't know. Trader FC.
Former,
But we have a 1-1 draw there. I mean, we could have come out so much stronger considering what we've been doing and how we were acting, and considering the game right before that being a 7-2 win over Chicago at home. Then we come home, we only scored 1 against a USL 1 team. We go up against and get our revenge on both Charlotte and Red Bulls. But again, the draw against DC, not happy with. Only 2 goals against Toronto, not happy with. Only 2 goals against Columbus, honestly, not happy with it. We had a lot more chances there to score more, including the one off the post from Johnny Perez. And again, the one off the post from Johnny Perez at home against New York. I'm telling you, like, there's so many other chances that we had that we should have gone up. So I'm giving it a B-.
Okay.
All right.
It's a little harsh, but you make good points, so I'll let it slide. I'm gonna stick with just an A, not an A plus, not an A minus. Logan's points here have me rethinking specifically the Hani and Sam being below expected goals. Like there, and that's a point. I don't know if you guys saw. We'll probably post it here later. I did have an interview with David Goss right after the game against NYCFC, and he brought up some of these same things too, like why Hani Mukhtar isn't considered league-wide, like, you know, a star or what have you. It's the consistency. It's him being able to string together multiple years of you know, high offensive output. So again, this month showed me what could be. Now I just need them to keep on refining, keep on getting better, and I think they will. So all in all, I'm happy with the month. I mean, getting your 100th goal in Geodis Park, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? And they were pretty far away from that 100 goals at the start of the month. So that just kind of shows you, like, well, they put in a lot of work to get to that 100 goal in May. So I'm happy. I mean, seeing guys like Corcoran, young guy, 19, contributing assists, the creativity he's got. Again, Hani and Sam just being super effective at times. Again, to me, it's a good indicator of where this team can go. So I'm going to be that, like, lenient teacher, and I'm going to give him an A. All right.
Fair.
Logan, hit me with the defense. I'm sure you're going to hit us with like just go ahead. It's probably going to be a D or something like that, but go ahead.
I'm actually going to give the defense a B+.
Goodness gracious.
And it's B+. Again, I think we could have easily held off the Atlanta goal. I think we probably could have held off the Red Bulls goal, honestly. Could have easily held off the Toronto goal, could have easily held off the second Columbus goal. And with the gas that we had against New York, we should have at least held off one of those. Nothing bad, nothing like there's really not a lot to say considering we didn't have Walker until the final 3 matches of the month. I'm gonna give us, you know, a nice little B+.
Okay.
Everyone's
that's
getting
not bad.
one, sure, but could have done a little better.
Nope.
Funny enough, I'm just going to jump in here and give you mine because I didn't think I'd have a lower rating than you, Logan, but I did or do. I'm at a B-.
Okay.
And it's strictly because of the late goals given up. And this is how harshly I graded them. Not because of the NYCFC game. That just kind of pushed it further into the B- range. The Chicago game.
Yeah.
The
Chicago's in April. Are we doing it for, I guess, the first half of the year?
Oh, was it in April?
Yeah, the Chicago match was the first. It was the last match in April. The first match in May was in Atlanta.
We scored 7 goals in that match.
Yeah, 5 in the first half.
The defense was trying to score at that point. They were like, I went in on this action. They didn't care about stopping 2 late goals.
Chris Applewhite in there trying to score.
Let's just pretend the Chicago match was in May, and I just want to say it wasn't a good show. All right?
The defense was like, can I score a goal?
I'm pretty sure we had actually, no, we did have a defender score. He was the second goal. It was Sam, Jason, then Hani, Sam. If you listen to Soccer Moses' Gary Galazzo's song, Suck It Again, Chicago, that's the best. Shout out to our boy Soccer Moses and Gary Galazzo and all the fun anthems that he has done for all of our guys like back at Ilm Wheel. I'm telling you, our defense scored in that goal. Like we don't like is I would rather us win 7-3, 7-2, than win a 2-1 nail biter.
I would rather us win 7-0.
I agree, but
I would rather see us not give up late goals because yes, we're
then
up
let's
7
play
goals
LA
down.
Galaxy. And
We have a heck of a cushion, bro. We have a heck of a cushion, obviously. But here's the thing, bro. When we're looking at like the month of May, how many teams we let come back or at least get back into the game because of late goals, that is what's going to come back and bite you later on. If you can't, you gotta nip that in the bud, bro. You gotta nip that in the bud. Austin, give me what you got, man. What's your grade for defense, please?
C-.
Ooh,
yo,
the worst one. Okay, why?
Ooh. Did not see that coming.
We had 14 goals the month of May. Do you know how many we gave up?
12.
10.
10. Okay.
Do you know how many of those 10 were in the second half?
10.
Don't say 10.
No, I think it was like 8.
8.
Yeah.
8 goals in the second half.
How did I know that off the bat?
I mean, yeah, to be fair, I think both of us kind of said it. But yeah.
No, but it's like we just felt it. We knew it because we felt it. We felt every one of those 8 goals.
So we only had 14 goals in 1 month.
Still phenomenal.
And only had a 4-goal differential. Also, we were winning like 5 of those matches and came away with draws.
Do we have 5 draws?
I don't know, or I don't know if it was 5. I'll have to look back.
3, 4 draws. One of which was a 0-0 draw. So 3 draws.
Sorry.
Orlando, it was a draw until Wyatt Meyer put that one in the back of the net from outside the box. That was a screamer too.
Went up, but here we went up against the Red Bulls.
Yeah,
we ended up having to score a second goal because they came up and tied it. We went up against Orlando. They came back and tied it, and then we had to score again.
Yep.
Now,
Charlotte too.
Charlotte, we went up. They went up. I think first. We scored twice. Columbus, we are up in the 78th minute, and then we were up twice. We were up in the 78th minute, and then they came back in the 81st minute we gave them an own goal. We were up against New York City FC. They scored in the 87th minute to tie it. So yes, our defense gets a C-. And it's not that they weren't like playing well, but like we've got to finish games. We have to finish games. I mean, giving up 10 goals, 8 of them in the second half throughout the month. That's a no-no. You talked about wanting clean sheets. I just want no late goals.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I mean, geez Louise, that's you know what? To each their own.
I mean, that was harsher than I would have been on it, but yeah.
No, that was very harsh. But you know what? Like I said, it's a free country. Everyone has their own opinion, and Austin's clearly given his.
It's okay.
Now I want to hear what the worst game. Yeah, well, I want to hear what his wrong opinion is on our worst game. Actually, let's start with Mr. Negative here. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Austin.
That's you, Austin.
He's always been positive. Now he's negative.
Yeah.
Can I say we've got a tie for worst game?
Go for it.
Sure.
Worst game, I think MLS play, if we just call it there, was the DC match. Just long, drawn out, not a lot of chances created. I think we only had like 5 shots or something like that, if that. Let me double check. Yeah, we had 5. We had 5 shots on net. We only had 8. We only had 8 shots total. 5 shots on net. And so it was just like, you know, we had goals. We had 7 goals, then 1 goal, then 1 goal, then 2 goals, then 2 goals, and then nothing. So it was like, come on, Nashville, what happened?
Low offensive output that game. That's also my worst game. Wait, but you said you had a tie. What was worse than that?
The Chattanooga match, the U.S. Open Cup match.
Really?
It was one of like, you remember the Charlotte match? Was it last year or 2 years ago? that was like probably the most boring match of like, it was a 1-1 draw. That's what the Chattanooga Red Wolves match felt
I
like.
remember a lot of 1-1 draws in Nashville.
Yeah, under Gary, there was
that Charlotte one was just a boring, like no chances that were super exciting. Nothing exciting happened in that Chattanooga match. It was like we got a goal. And
Josh
then we
Bauer
just
with a banger of a goal, and then Johnny
we got
Perez,
a goal, and then after that was
Johnny
like
Perez again.
It was
this
just boring.
close to getting one in the back of the net.
We had 73% possession, 15 shots, 3 on target, like 91% pass accuracy. I mean,
I'm not saying it was a bad match. I'm saying it was a boring match.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, when you're holding the ball 73% of the time, but I guess I was interested to see how they could kind of play around with the ball against a. I'm not gonna say inferior opponent, but an opponent from a lower league. You know, to me, that's what I was kind of interested in, is because I gotta see, they gotta be able to control the game against guys who are not supposed to be able to play on their level or playing up to their level. So to me, like, it felt good to see that they could control the game in that way. Yes, I wanted more goals, obviously. Right. Logan, what you got?
Man, I have, I could say it's a tie for mine too. DC is definitely, I think DC is a given with some of that, but for me it was honestly the Atlanta match, coming off the high that we had against Chicago, having a full week to prepare for, again, a down Atlanta team, traveling into Atlanta. Dude, we own house in Mercedes-Benz. The Benz is ours every time we go down there. So like, why in the world are we giving the goal away that we did, number one? But also the chances that we had, there were 4, I think, other chances that we had that should have gone in the back of the net. Brad Gazin, I mean, you know, shout outs to him. Harry Potter's coming for you, but still, man, did a great job in the back of the net, but he was the only one doing work. We should have easily put more into the back of the net there. And it was so disappointing that our offense just could not get at it. I think Hani and Sam were yelling at everyone around them at like 18 minutes in, because chances were getting to them and nobody was taking it.
Can we just all like collectively say what the best match is? Because I think there's only one right answer.
I mean, the best match in the month of May?
There's only one right answer. What is it, Tunji? What is it, Tunji?
Chicago Fire.
That was April. That was April.
In the month of May. Come on, guys.
We're pretending it was in May.
New York Red Bulls, the first ever win against the Red Bulls.
Yeah,
of course. No, that was great from a very deep.
That's got to be the best win.
That was definitely
from a spiritual level, bro.
I was gonna say that win. It not only was great to watch, but we came back after they drew against us. We came back pretty quickly, and then we were able to hold the win. And we didn't hold the win just to hold the win. We actually took a lot of attacking chances, and towards the end of it, that we probably should have gone up.
Yeah, we got like 4 yellow cards late in the
match. Still, but we still should have gone up, 4-1. I mean, it was awesome. I loved watching that.
No, it was a great month. Literally record breaking month. Multiple records being broken.
Overall grade, what? And B+ to an A.
Grade, overall grade for me is going to be a B.
B.
Yeah,
just a B.
B. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll give him a B+. Get that little extra on top, that little cherry.
How your grades add into a B+.
I was gonna say I had a B-. I had a B+. B makes sense.
I had an
A and a C-, and then
how you get a B+
you get a B-.
Because of the unbeaten streak.
You're just adding extra 9 points on top.
That's an extra credit point right there.
Extra credit.
He gets a great bump because
we all know who's passing the kids that don't need to be passed.
Hey, my wife's a teacher. I believe in those.
I was too, but it doesn't mean no. I think it was a great month. I think it was a lot of fun. This off week, if you will, before the Chicago match up at Soldier Field, we're gonna have a lot of fun leading into it. U.S. match here at Geodis this next Tuesday, which is going to be a lot of fun. But outside of that, it's been a great month. It was absolute MAY-nia, if you will. It was a lot of work for those that were on capos and on drums and just being the fans that we were. We did a lot of work. Our boys did a lot of work. Let's have this nice little week of a break. And Austin, take us home.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap another episode of Mixtape 615. Thank you for all joining us in the chat. I like that. I kind of like having that interaction. So shout out to Catherine again for jumping in on the play, skip, repeat. Let's get more of that. Hit us up in the comments if you didn't get to watch us live. Definitely let us know your play, skip, repeat. What's your May report card for the club? Big shout out to our ace producer, Doug Branson, keeping us going. Now going with the lives. I mean, we've got graphics and all this still on live. So this guy's the real deal. Don't forget,
Absolutely.
Stay connected. Hit us up at mixtape615.com and on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, X, all that. You can find us at mixtape615. Tunji going live or going doing spaces after the matches. So, definitely hit us up on X. And for all of our video content, you can find us right here if you're watching live on YouTube at Mixtape615. We are at episode 69.
Giggity. Giggity, giggity.
69, guys. We're here. We're ready. We're going. Guys, keep it real. Keep it vibing. And until next episode, Mixtape 615 is signing off.
Giggity off.